to talk about emotions and using our emotions as a gateway to embracing our authenticity. And today we're really being called to live authentic lives. So, what's an authentic life? An authentic life is when our words, our thoughts, and our actions are aligned. An authentic life is a whole life. So we're all moving towards authenticity. We're all moving to that place of wholeness, to that place of remembering the wholeness that we've always been and that we will always be. We've just forgotten it. So this process, part of the process involves removing the mask. Removing the mask that we show the world, and showing the world who we truly are and what's important to us, what we stand for. And we can only really do this when we honor our emotions. So we honor our emotions by listening to them and asking them, what are you here to teach me? So if you feel anger, you don't want to act out on your anger. You want to go, okay, why am I feeling anger? Why are these feelings of anger coming out? Why are these feelings of injustice coming out? What are you here to teach me? And the more you can listen to your emotions, the more you use them as catalysts for change, and then the less they'll control you. Because the more you try to repress your emotions, ignore them, pretend they're not there, the more they control you. So for instance, if you're not willing to face your anger, and everyone has anger, the more that anger is going to control you. And you might not show your anger to the world, but then you'll walk around with this passive aggressive attitude. You'll sort of be sneaky, underhanded, trying to put people down, and there'll be this like anger that's seething below the surface. So even though you walk around with your mask of a happy, cheerful person, the anger is really seething below, and it's really holding you hostage, and you'll never be free. You'll never be free until you honor and accept that anger. And the same thing with sadness. There's such a taboo about being sad or depressed, and all those kind of feelings. So people work so hard to hide any feelings of sadness. And the fact is that sadness is a part of life. Loss is a part of life. And we're all going to face loss on some level. And loss entails sadness. So cycling through the loss that is part of life means embracing sadness. And there's nothing wrong with feeling some sadness. And there's nothing wrong with you for feeling sadness. So just honoring the sadness, and the more you can let the sadness out, the less the sadness will control you. So I like to use yoga as a way to honor emotions. A lot happens on the yoga mat, when we explore our edge, when we're focusing on our breath and thoughts that come into our head, when we have a practice that really flows, we feel really good. Sometimes we get really frustrated in our yoga practice because we want to be perfect. Sometimes we look at the person beside us and say, gee, I should be doing that. So that's an invitation to sort of say, okay, why am I using my yoga practice as a way to compare myself to others, and how is this spilling out into my life? And then to honor those emotions that come out. If you feel less than adequate after a yoga practice, or you become really competitive in a yoga practice, or you give up too easily in a yoga practice. Some people, as soon as they get to the edge, they back off. They don't want to feel any discomfort at all. So this is an interesting way to face emotions and to honor them, and to sort of use them as teachers. On the meditation cushion, a lot of emotions can come out as well. I have a weekly meditation class, and often emotions will come out, and people will start crying in the middle of their meditation. And you don't need to know why you're crying. You just need to honor that the tears are coming out, and there's some sadness coming out, and to ask, what is this sadness here to teach me? Is there something I need to heal? So what I like to say is heal to feel, and feel to heal. So the more you heal, the more you're able to feel, and then the more you're able to feel, the more you're able to heal. So they really go together, and they work together. So as you heal, you're able to feel feelings of joy like you've never felt before, feelings of compassion like you've never felt before. But by the same token, you're probably able to feel feelings of sadness, anger, injustice. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff that's happening in the world, and until you heal, you don't really feel it. You see stuff on TV and you think it's normal. You think, oh, it's human nature. People won't change. Humanity's like that, but that's not the case. It's not the case. We're all changing on a micro level, on a macro level, and we're all being invited to heal. We're all being invited to embrace our authenticity and to honor our emotions. So I use yoga, meditation as a way to do this, and I also like to use essential oils. So I chose 3 today to share with you, and they help with the whole unmasking process, the whole process of honoring your emotions and accepting what is, and instead of fighting, just accepting and asking, what are you here to teach me? So the first one is black pepper. Black pepper is the oil of unmasking. So it helps you drop the mask of illusion that we're separate from one another, and it helps you see the truth. So black pepper, you can put a drop in your water and drink it. You can put it in your diffuser. Then the second one I wanted to share today is bergamot. Bergamot is the oil, the essential oil of self-acceptance. So we need to accept ourselves. When we drop our mask, we want to accept who we are under our mask. And if we're not able to accept ourselves, it's going to be very difficult to drop the mask. And then the third oil, and this is one of my favorites, it's geranium, and it's the essential oil of love and trust. And so many people have issues with a heart, and we have a broken heart, a closed heart, a wounded heart, and we have trust issues. And instead of healing the heart, we just build a bigger and bigger shell over our heart, and we're not open to love. We're not open to love. And I see this a lot as we age, because we have more pain, more suffering. So instead of healing it, we just close off. And you can even see it in your posture. People that walk around like this are really protecting their heart. So geranium is a beautiful oil to help us open our heart, so we can open our heart to love, open our heart to life. So this is really what I wanted to share today, and to embrace your emotions and not to be scared of your emotions, and that once you set your emotions free and you honor them, and we'll just do a little technique right now to close our little talk today, just a little experiential technique. So I invite you to close your eyes and ask yourself, what emotion are you feeling right now? So close your eyes, take a deep breath, a deep inhale, a deep exhale. I also like to place my hands on my heart center and just ask yourself, what am I feeling? What emotion is there? What emotion is alive for me right now? Especially when we're being triggered, if somebody upsets us or a situation upsets us, we can take a time out and just center ourselves and ask ourselves, what's alive right now? What's the emotion? And notice what comes up for you, and then you just ask yourself, what are you here to teach me? Is there anything I need to do? And just notice what comes up. So close your eyes and continue with this process, and hold your heart, so you're really sending lots of love, compassion to yourself, and self-acceptance that there's no wrong emotion. If you're feeling something, there's a reason you're feeling it, and to bring it in. So just breathe, close your eyes, and then feel the emotion filling your body, bringing it in. And don't struggle with it, because the more you struggle, the more you push it away, the more it tightens its grip up over you and controls you. So just let it come. And if you need to cry, if you need to get angry, you can write something down in a journal. That's also a very good way to get out anger. And ask your anger, ask your sadness, ask your fear if you're afraid of doing something and you're trapped and you're not able to move forward. Ask your fear, what are you here to teach me? And being open to receive the answer and to be shown the way. So namaste, and I hope you enjoyed this little talk on emotions, and I look forward to sharing with you soon. Namaste.